Eskimo Brothers Episode 2, Superman 2.
Perfect. Once again, we have Shadowman0050 here, and myself, Soyboy Beta Cuck 69. Would you like to start off with anything or any questions?
Well, this is a sequel to my favorite superhero movie, so I don't like it as much as the first. Typically the more casual Superman fan, Superman 2 is the favorite because it's got a little more action, a little more comedy thrown in as well. What did you think? How would you compare it to the first one?
Yeah, so this is the first time I've seen this as well. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It's hard to compare to the first one. So I can't really say exactly if I like it more or less. But it's definitely different. There is a lot more action. To me, that in films, it's not like I don't care for it, but it's not a driving force for me to enjoy it. So I would probably say that I also like the first one more than the second one, but just not discounting the second one. The second one was pretty good too.
It was so weird that they did it totally different from other superhero movies where they set up the sequel at the end. Where the first one, they set up General Zod in the beginning of the first movie. So you think he's going to be the villain in the first one, and then you're like, wait, what the hell happened to him? And then the second one, when you see it, oh, that's right, General Zod.
And yeah, I think that's partially why you said like the first one had a bit of a slow start was because it's kind of confusing. Like, all right, what are these prisoners doing? What's the whole deal with this? This has nothing to do with Superman. I don't understand it. But it's good. It comes full circle, comes back around.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to figure out is like, what does the S on his chest even mean?
Superman.
But no, it doesn't mean Superman, because I'm fairly certain his father had an S too.
Yeah.
And then this guy, he has this weird colored outfit, which is 3 primary colors, so I already don't like it. Red, blue, and yellow. I don't know who does that. To me, it's very odd. But yeah, you have this S on there, and it doesn't seem to make sense because he's not really known as Superman until like later on. Lois is like, Superman. Oh, Superman. Oh.
It's like a family crest.
Okay.
All the other Kryptonians in the beginning of the first movie had like different symbols on their chest like that. That was just.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did see the other ones, but I didn't see like what other symbols or like letters or anything
I think
like
they're
that.
all just kind of
random marks.
Stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I figured there was some sort of reason for it, but I just maybe that was going to come up later on. I don't know. Yeah, and speaking of like the colors that I don't like, but there was a lot of like the duality again, like in the first one where there's the red Krypton sun and then that little green thing, that little green stone emerald type thing that he has.
Crystal.
The crystal that gives him back his power, which those are 2 opposite colors on the color wheel.
Yeah.
So that's how I was like, oh, okay, like usual. And then
I go put that together.
And then like the criminals or the bad guys, they're always wearing black, because that's usually what we associate. Like black is like bad and like death, rotting. Like black is like the nighttime, or like when we were evolving and stuff. That's fear was in the nighttime, and day was it's day again. It's safe. Everything's good. Everything's bright.
I was surprised that they did the final battle, or the battle in Metropolis, at night. Because you'd think it'd be harder to get the right lighting for when they're flying and doing with the background plates. I'm surprised they didn't make that a daytime thing.
And it actually looked like it was filmed at night, which a lot of like like low budget movies, which this one obviously was not. But like low budget movies, they'll just put all these filters on the camera, and you can tell
Yeah.
that it's obviously daytime.
You
and they're
still see their shadows from the sun. And
Yeah, and it's disgusting. So that was a nice change of pace. I like that. That was very different.
especially back then. They were horrible.
Yeah, I don't know how many times he saved Lois again this time. I counted one time and I just forgot to count all the rest.
Right. He saved her in the beginning in Paris.
Niagara Falls, or the river, or whatever
Yeah, she jumped in the river, and he kinda, like, he did use his
Helped out,
powers
yeah.
to save her. Technically.
And, I mean, I guess he did like save everyone in the end, so that kind of counts. I'll give that a partial. Yeah, it might have been it. So less than the first time, which is an improvement. I was actually pretty happy that Otis wasn't in the whole movie because I mean,
80s character.
yeah, it's definitely, you know, like it's for like the kids or the younger people like watching the movie because it's the like slapstick comedy and just the goofiness, which is okay in small amounts.
He's overly stupid.
Yes, yes, yes. Very, very blatant. But yeah, that for a few minutes when they were together in the prison, it got a little annoying. But I think maybe that's what they were going for. It was just way too much. But yeah, he disappeared, and it was a different movie after that. It was a lot less silly.
So Superman 2, this is one of the movies that has a very interesting story behind it. They were shooting Superman 1 and 2 at the same time. They would have a set, and they would film all the scenes they need for both movies. And they started to run out of money, I think, towards the end, so they decided, let's focus on the first one and get that out, and then come back to the second one. So it's director of the first movie, Richard Donner. It's estimated between 75% and 80% of Superman 2 was done when they focused on the first one and finished that up. Then they fired him and hired another Richard Lester, who was known for doing the old Beatles movies and known more for comedy. So that's why you get more comedy in the movie.
Okay.
And in order for him to get full credit as the director, he has to shoot 51% of the scenes. So they had to reshoot shit they had already shot, plus fill in the gaps of what wasn't shot yet. So it's actually amazing that the movie's as good as it is.
Yeah.
I know most of the cast wasn't happy with the firing of Richard Donner. As a matter of fact, Gene Hackman refused to come back.
Mm.
So anything you see with Gene Hackman was Richard Donner, and not his replacement, Richard Lester.
And Gene Hackman, it was a very good character.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He's pretty great. Oh yeah, so speaking of the acting, like Christopher Reeve, I did really enjoy, like how he could just easily like switch on and off from the charismatic, suave, smooth Superman to the geez, golly, it's just in a heartbeat, and it was believable.
Right.
Like it's actually pretty believable.
It's pretty perfect casting.
Yeah.
It was a great choice. Do you notice he still isn't top billed? It was Gene Hackman.
It was Gene Hackman. Yeah. It was but yeah, I thought it was pretty good acting by both of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was surprising. Like I guess maybe I just didn't realize it the first movie, but the second one is just pretty simple, just easy going back and forth. You could tell. But I was like, wow, that's really good.
Oh, we got a cat.
But I will say, Clark Kent, like Lois Lane just treats him like trash, and he just keeps going and going and going after. Like, dude, you're like the most powerful being on planet Earth. Like, you could do better. Like, do better. Like, I don't know. She just every time she just treats him like trash, and I don't understand it.
So, I think it was around like 2007 or 8, something like that. Warner Brothers let them go back into the vaults and release a Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. So there's a lot more of what they only use the Richard Lester footage when they have to. So
Okay.
one day we'll watch that and talk more about the comparisons then. But
Yeah.
most of the differences are in the very beginning and end. Like the Richard Donner cut, I don't think it has the Paris thing at all.
Oh.
And the way she tries to get Clark to reveal that he's Superman is totally different.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about that when we watch that version.
Okay. I was Oh, the last thing I wanted to bring up was him, Clark Kent, feeling pain for the first time. And like, how did you think that was believable? Or because when he was like first hit, I'm like, oh, this guy's like super weak, and I have to think like, well, this is like the first time like actually like feeling that physical pain.
Yeah, that'd probably be overwhelming to feel it.
Yeah, because you're
You
like,
know,
what
when-
is this? Yeah, even just a little tap is like, whoa, whoa. So yeah, I thought that was, at first I was like, what? But yeah, after a little bit, I'm like, wow, that's actually, to me, it was pretty good. So I was gonna see like how you thought about it, if you felt similar.
Yeah, I think most people, especially of Christopher Reeve's stature and build, wouldn't, be down for that one. But yeah, if you never felt pain before, you got punched in the back of the head, you'd probably be down for a while.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, for me overall, I thought it was still a good movie. Yeah, pretty close to the first one. Yeah, acting just as good, if not better.
Does that make you excited to watch Superman 3 sometime?
Sure. I mean, it
Don't be.
actually does make me want to watch the third one in the near future. But yeah, maybe I won't get so excited for it. Yeah, I don't know if you have anything else to add. I think I went over all that I really noticed. Yeah, the cinematography and production and editing seemed pretty good. And I didn't see any issues with it. Special effects, maybe even like a little better than the first movie.
Really? I thought it was a little less.
Oh,
Hmm.
intriguing.
Yeah, I didn't think the visuals looked quite as good. There was a lot more of the special effects shots. So.
Yeah, like the fighting and the floating around didn't. I mean, it was whatever for me.
Right.
It was okay.
What can you expect for, I think, 1980?
Yeah. So that was kind of, but like the other special effects, they seemed.
That Coca-Cola product placement, though.
Yeah, the Coca-Cola and yeah, that was one where like he flew into the sign at one spot, but then when they go back to it, it's broken in another spot. So that was like one issue. Yeah, there was the Marlboro truck there too.
And the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh yeah, that KFC. That'd be so sad. Yeah, I liked it. So I'm glad we picked those two.
So, the next pick is Soy Boys. So,
Yeah,
what are we gonna be watching next?
I have zero idea. But
Huh?
But for real, we're going to be watching The Little Hours from Netflix, starring Dave Franco. It should be a good one. It's one of my favorites.
You're such a beta.
I'm aware. So, yeah, thanks again for joining us. Soy Boy here, Shadow Man here, signing off. Thanks.
Sorry he cucked you.